So I'm going to change the LSD. So all ready to be split, all the bolts is off. So to change the LSD, it's better if you turn the gearbox the other way around. If you turn the gearbox the other way around, you don't need to take all the gears apart, if it makes sense. So I'm going to turn the gearbox the other way around. It's quite heavy, bear in mind. You probably guys know it's heavy. So I'm going to use a rubber block. I'm trying to, there it is. So I'm gonna split this end first. Show you. Normally I use a small screwdriver, or it's not too big. Put on these corners, then you just apply a little bit of pressure or the hammer. There you go. Or you can use a pry bar, doesn't need to be a screwdriver. Let me take this bolt off, is on my way. Yeah. See, it should come just straight out. There it is. There's still a little bit oil inside, but it's normal. Put the floor down there. So this is the LSD. So to take this off, just split these gears and off you go. It's dead easy. Dead easy to remove that. And you know, if you want to do something else on the gearbox, it's probably better stripping the other way around, because all the gears will come out. But to remove the diff, you don't need to mess about with any of the gears. You just split it like this and it's off, like you guys can see. So yes, I'm gonna remove I'm gonna replace for the LSD. So let's pull this back, and let me put some paper here, because there's still a little bit oil down here. So what we need to do now, so we can fit this new one, show you the numbers, QUAIFE LSD. So for the people who doesn't know what this does, this is make the wheels go, the two front wheels goes at the same time. As this one, you only got traction on one wheel. I don't know what's the best way to explain, but if you guys are gonna replace into this, you know what I'm talking about. So yes, to take this gear off, we're gonna have to drill all these rivets or clamps or whatever you guys call. So yeah, I'm gonna drill this. I'm gonna start with a small drill bit, like 5 mil. Then as you go through, go 5 and then 8 and then 10, and this should break off with the 10 mil. If it doesn't, you go to 12 till all of this is come out. So I move the diff into a vise to be a little bit secure, and I got some drills on the side. So I'm gonna start with the 6, probably go for the 8, and then 12. We'll see. But I'm just gonna record it on one, see how I do. Because then if I do record drilling all of them, it's gonna be like an hour video. So be gentle with the drill bits. Otherwise, you just end up killing the drill bits. You just drill this all the way. Yeah, drill about 10 mil, and then go with the drill. You don't need to drill all the way through. just drill about 10 mil and then go with the bigger drill bit. Yeah, so I have drilled about 10 mil. So it's from here, where's the camera? From here on the drill. So you don't need much more than that. So now I'm gonna go to the bigger drill bit and do the same until it gets to the end. Then go with the big one and should break off. So I drilled already. I think you guys can see. I think the hole is about 10 mil. So now I'm gonna get a hammer, just hammer this off with a chisel. Should break straight off. And yeah, job done. I'll show you the bit. So this is the bit I just drilled. You know, the head of the clamp or the rabbit or whatever you guys call. So yes, 10 mil drill bit is more than sufficient. Start with 5, 8, 10 and go from there. Now I need to and all of them, but I'm not going to record because they're going to be forever. So I'm going to drill this and I'm going to show you how this comes out. So all of them bolts, whatever is all drilled off. So now I'm going to show you how this comes out. It not comes out that easy. I'm going to have to use the press to remove this. So let's go ahead and go to the press. So yeah, it's on the press. So this way it needs to be up. So when you're pressing this down, this needs to come out. So I'm gonna put these bits on the end here. I don't have nothing, it can go all the way around. So I'm gonna start to put like this first, and then when it starts moving, I'm gonna push this to the sides. So it's allowed to go all the way through. So let me find something. There it is, perfect. By the way, I am dropping a video every Saturday. So if you guys don't want to miss out, go ahead, like it, subscribe, just press the bell on the side so you don't miss anything. So every Saturday I'll be dropping a video. I don't know what time, normally around the afternoon. So if you don't want to miss out, don't forget to subscribe it. See, it's really hard to come out. Is it moving? Let me see. I think maybe. I'll pull this to the sides a bit to see. It's going to move. Really tight. There's no moving at all. Let me get a light. Oh, put a little bit more. Oh, there it comes. Yeah, it's really hard to move. I think it's still something attached on this side. Well, yeah, you just need a little bit more pressure, and I should drill those a bit more, but never mind, it's off. Like you guys can see, it just came out. Yes, you see what this look like. So if you drill this a bit more, they'll probably be easier to come out, but it came off anyway. Now I'm gonna have to clean all this metal to stick on the to put back on the diff. So what I'm trying to do is put like 4 bolts on each, 4 bolts or studs on each side, and then press the diff down without too much pressure, so to help just the studs slide in. I think this way is a little bit more professional than hammer it in, but hammer it in does the job as well. So I have 3 on each side. Let's give it a go and see. Let's see if it is, yeah, will fit. Just take a little bit time to the press to go up. There he is. And after this, we have to assemble the ring gear, and after we're gonna have to press the bearings in as well. You see how they're coming? I'm gonna try to focus a little bit more. Here we go, it's all the way in. So I will only have 3 on each side again, and it's all done. To be honest, it's much more easier like this than to try and do with a hammer. So I'm not gonna record the other 3, I'm just gonna do a move over. So all the studs in place, now we need to fit the ring gear. If you guys watch my previous videos, I haven't fit the ring gear on the press, but this time I'm gonna do it, and I want to show you guys how to do. To be honest, I never used the press to fit this before, because normally I go with a hammer around and then start to tighten the bolts, but I want to do with the press this time to see if it's easier to do or not. But let's figure out how to do. Make sure you clean all the ring gear nicely. You don't want any metal around there. I think I'm gonna turn this around, put pressure on this, and it goes from there. It's quite heavy. I wanna move this out of the way from the studs. Otherwise you'll be pressing this in and pulling the studs out. Let's see if I find something so I can make it a little bit shorter. What else? No. Yeah, I'll do it. It's going a little bit sideways, so probably I need to move this back a little bit and try a little bit more. I haven't, turn it around a little bit and see what's gonna happen. So we haven't went all the way in from this side, but I'm gonna move to this side like that, and I'm gonna put this straight into there, see if it helps. See if it helps a little bit, because it's a little bit on the offside, I believe, offside or laying down. Or, there you go. Hopefully I didn't break the ring gear. If I break the ring gear, I'll replace it, it's no problem. But I think it's just that noise going in. Yeah, it's all nice. To be honest, I don't know which is the way it's easier. It's easier to press it in, or the bolts definitely press in is easier. But to press the ring gear, I don't know, probably if you find something could support all of the ring gear, or probably old ring gear, probably will make it easier. But either way you do, it's fine. It doesn't really matter which way you do, as long as you don't break anything. So now we need to install the bearings. The bearings or the bolts. But I think as I'm at the press now, I'm going to get the bearings and I'm going to put them in place. I wanted to get the bearings. This is what the bearing should look like, but should be bigger. You guys see, this bearing is never gonna fit here. I think Dark Side made a boo-boo. I think Dark Side supplied these bearings. I'll show you on the gearbox. I think I'm gonna have to go for the main dealer bearings. It's completely different, it's too small. And if you guys see on the gearbox, this bit should go here. And no way! It's a lot of difference. I don't know where this bearing goes either. Maybe for different gearbox. And this is the other part of the gear bearing. The bearings you should fit here, but it doesn't fit. So yes guys, mission abort. I need to get in touch with the customer because the customer supplied these parts, and then see what he wants to do. So as we waiting for the bearings for the diff, we're gonna assembly loop the studs and put the nuts in place. Don't forget to read the instructions, and the torque on these nuts is 40 FT lbs. So yeah, don't forget to read the instructions. If they are with the package, it's because they are important. So let's assembly the nuts, lube all the studs and torque them. So the bearings just arrived, the new bearings. The other one was too small. I'll show you the difference. See the difference? This bearing fits in. The other ones I have to send back. I can't show you anymore. So we'll take this to the press. Now this is all tight. Take this to the press. Press the bearings down. I'm going to show you how to do, or how I'm doing. Have this tube. I'm going to put down here and press all the way in. Turn it around and do the other side. It's pretty simple, but I'm going to take you through anyway.
Sure, fine.
The bearing is in place. I need to put this down here. Put a little spacer, fit. Then press the bearing down all the way until the press start to making a little bit of force. You know, this is free at the moment. When this kind of stop, you know, you don't apply any more pressure to the bearing because you're gonna break the bearing. That's it. You just stopped it. Put a little bit of force, no massive amount. So I'll show you. It's all the way in. It's better than have to hammer. Now just turn it around and do the other side exactly the same. You know, it's not rocket science on this. It's pretty easy to do. But make sure you have something to put on the center of the bearing. Otherwise, if you put from the outside, you're going to damage the bearing. Let's do this one quickly. There we go. All done. All done. Let's put that out. So now we're gonna have to replace this side of the bearings, and we're gonna have to remove these ones out. I have my puller here, but my puller is not big enough to reach the size of this bearing, so I'm gonna have to use this copper punch or chisel and try and pull the bearing caps from the other side on these two cases. So I'll turn this around and I'll try to show you how I'm doing. I know this is not the best way because it should be a tool able to grab the bearing and pulls out, but my tool is not big enough. But that's how I've been doing all this time, so it's never went wrong, but it's the first time for everything, you know. If you see inside this hole, if I put this copper chisel there and hammer all the way around, they all start to move, but don't destroy the seal. If you destroy the seal, you're gonna have to replace it. I don't want to replace the seals because it's gonna cost a little bit more money. So don't forget, you have to take the sensor, the speed sensor as well, otherwise you'll break it. And yeah, I'll try to show you how to take this off. Don't go too hard until it starts to move. Just one side at the time. You have to start to move. There we go, just came out, dead easy. Just compare, see if it's the same size. They are the same size. Don't forget, you need to put this shim back. I need to straighten up the shim and put the shim back. Otherwise, the diff is gonna have a lot of play. And then I need to remove this. But on this one, I'm gonna try to not to take all the gears apart to make it easier if you're only replacing the diff. So yeah, exactly the same procedure with the hammer. They have a small lip. It has a small lip there. Just hit on the lip on even size, like, you know, start to crossing and they will start come out. And then with the old one, you grab the old one, put on the top of the new one and hit a little bit on the sides and they will slide in perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back on. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. So this is all done. I straight the plate, I put the better I could. Now this is the new one. Normally I'll put the old one over. Use like big metal plate over and this over, and then hammer should go down without any problems. Yeah, it should go down without any problems. Just take it off just to see. Yeah, it's a little bit sideways. Probably gonna be somebody criticizing what I'm doing, but you know, that's the way I'm doing, and I never have issues with it, so yeah. It's almost there. Just want to make sure the shim didn't come out from its place. No, it hasn't. Yeah, it's all in place. Nice. So now I'm going to put a little bit of grease, just clear grease, on the bearings and putting the diff in place. So I placed the two bearings. So now we are assembling the Lsd back. It's dead easy, fits in like this. Make sure the hubble block is secure. Here we go, it's all in place. And now just clean everything. I'm not going to clean it because I have another job to do on the gearbox. So clean all this surface, put a little bit of glue all the way around, and literally just slides back on. Just like this. I hope. Yeah, just slides on. And normally when they put all the bolts together, put the cups, the diff cups, and I pull one side to the other, see if it doesn't have any movement on the diff, because you can't really measure anything without put the gearbox together. If you put it together, you can't measure anyway. But with this in place, give you an idea if it has any movement or anything like that. But it should be straightforward because the bearings is exactly the same part numbers and everything. So it should be just straightforward and should be just simple as this. So yeah. So yeah, should be simple as this. So yes guys, stay tuned. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. See you on the next one.